Alright. Alright, let's go. I'll just adjust that sound. There we go. Fabulous. Alright. Actually, no, I'm just going to drop that sound down again. There we are. Let's go. Welcome one, welcome all. Today, no, I don't want that one. I want that one and that one. Lovely. Welcome to day 24 of the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Fight Series. Oh my god, I've lost my list again. Oh, good lordy. Right. There we go. We are back. Back again. For another day, another couple of hours of just Naruto fights. Nothing more, nothing less. Just Naruto fight after Naruto fight. Let's go. So we're down 9, I reckon. Probably might, I mean, unless we just get some really good matchups that are just nice, fast, just get them all out of the way. Might be able to possibly get 600, maybe. It will depend on A, whether I'm fast enough, B, whether you get ultimates hitting like that, because we need to get ultimates to hit. That did absolutely nothing. And otherwise, actually no, with the few exceptions of the rare exceptions where I'm gonna die if I don't not or if I don't stop trying to get the ultimate, I'll die. That was why did that take so long? Was that okay? It is like 9:15 in the morning, which to many, which is actually to most, and I'll say to many, just to be safe, is a reasonable time of the morning to be up and about and energized and happy and ready to tackle the day. For people like me though, 9:15 is still like 2 hours too early. Don't know why I get up, but I've noticed me being getting into adulthood now. I tend to find that if I start sleeping in like beyond 9:30, 10 o'clock, like I feel rubbish and I feel like I've missed out on like 2 loads of washing in the washing machine. So such is life. But I reckon give it like a good 20 minutes and finish in my cup of tea, and we should be ready. I should be up and awake and ready to tackle the day. Hello, welcome. Welcome. There we go. Alright, what have we got up next? We have Hinata and second Tsuchikage. Hinata and second Tsuchikage. Eye is good. Eye is tired, but otherwise, alright. I did go to bed at like 1 o'clock last night because I did decide to have a shower at like 11:30 for whatever reason. My hair felt fuzzy, so I did, and then was on like Reddit for like 2 hours after that. But anyway, no, I'm otherwise good. How are you? Okay, I got him now. There we go. Out. Alright. Fabulous. Oh my goodness, I had okay, so I find, well, there was a string of time and I probably should start again because it was actually kind of fascinating. Where I would like write down what I could remember of my dreams, not in any like varying levels of description, you know, just any kind of detail I could capture, and then just, but it was because dreams are so nonsensical, it was literally like and then I was in this thing, and then randomly I was in a hallway, and I walked down, and then randomly this person was there. It was just like, it was those sorts of descriptions. Look at it, and you're just like, did this chick even pass English at school? Which did, passed well, but you wouldn't be able to tell so from my journals. But anyway, but what I noticed when writing them is the amount of stuff that's like that influences it, or like the little things that you pick up on that's like caused things to be part of your dream. So like, e.g., I'll have like watched or I'll have had a conversation with someone about something, and then like that is then in my dream for that night. It's weird, but anyway. So I had like, what I say, a creepy dream, odd dream with some time limits, and I always get touchy over time limits. But because I'm playing Danganronpa 3 at the Mo, and that was a dream heavily inspired by that. But basically, because there's like these little like bear cub, like robot bear things, and then they pilot these giant like mech things with machine guns and stuff. What's it? So I was like in this underground. Wait, no, was I in an underground thing? I was. Let's see if I can try and piece together. I was in like a. I think I was meant to be in an apartment complex, and then I went downstairs, and there was. I had to try and like investigate something, and then, well, hello. Yeah, I had to try and investigate something, and then there was all these like weird corridors, and then I went to this room, and it was kind of like there was something on a TV, like a giant TV with all this static, but like from the entrance to the room, there was all these like big like boxes and girders and everything like piled up, so you kind of had to like, the only way to sort of like go further and see what was in the room is you had to like crawl onto your stomach, and then I was like, oh hell, no way I'm gonna fit, because I'm tubby. And then I was doing that, and then there was like another little crawl space which took me to like a different room, but it was still like staticky and stuff, and I still had to like crawl my thing. But anyway, so then and then I was in this room, and I'd like sort of like crawl a bit further, and then because I'm like in this abandoned building, and all the other people that I know are in the building are like up in these upper levels, and then and then this room had like the kind of like frosted glass that you'd see at like old schools, where like you kind of can sort of make out what's. No, it wasn't frosted glass. It was just a normal window. No, it was like a slightly clouded window. Anyway, so I was there, and I could see this like black shape, and it was these like Japanese students or something, or these like group of like Japanese like schoolboys or something that were outside the window, and they were kind of like trying to like peek in, see what's what, and then I'm just like, oh my, and then I think they saw me, or a couple of them saw me when they like peeked in, and I was like, oh no, oh beans, they're gonna try and like hunt me down or something. And then suddenly bursting into the room is these like big mech things from the game and stuff, and then they're just like destroying, like they like, when I say like break in, they're like destroying the walls as they like smash in, and I'm like, oh gosh, here we go, they're gonna now like kill me with their machine guns, and then and then they started like then going after the schoolboy, so they broke down that wall and were like killing them with all machine guns and stuff, and then I had like 6 minutes or something to like get out. I had to like vacate the facility, and I had to. Oh, actually no, what's that? One of them suddenly was powering up a bomb, and then I had 6 minutes to like get out of this thing, like all through all the things, like completely just go outside, and then had to like ended up having to like skateboard down this mountain to the very, very bottom where the guy with the bomb was, and then along the way I had to pick up like little like cardboard cutouts of all the bear things. It was so odd, and I feel like there was like another dream, like I feel like there was another dream that I had the same night, but it was similar, but not quite. I think. Tobirama and Fourth Kazekage. Yeah, I had a Danganronpa 3 dream last night with all the bears and the big like mech suit things with the machine guns. Yeah. But the thing is, if I'd written it down in my dream journal, I would have put in because what I do is I write it down. You know, I write down my thing. I sort of, if I can differentiate, like, even though they could all be part of the same dream, like if you sort of, a dream is like a, if you're able to distinguish which one it is, then I'll write down like, you know, this was dream 1 and then this was dream 2, you know, that sort of thing. But and then right at the end, I'll do my like analysis of why was I dreaming, that sort of stuff. So in this one, I'll definitely be a beans. I'll definitely be, because I'm playing that game at the moment. That's why I'm having that, and also time limits because. And I know what the static on the TV will be. It'll be because last night when I was playing Superliminal on stream, there was there was a couple of TVs that I found in random places with like static on the screen and like a staticky sound. It'll be that. That will be why. And because there's like all these because all like the ladders and boxes and pallets and everything that's all stacked up like across all the like levels where you go to, it'll be that, won't it? It will be like that will be why when I was crawling into these rooms and going through these crawl spaces, there was all like the stuff all stacked up over the entrance, so I couldn't quite like see or get the. Oh my goodness, this analysis, and so like when you like, I found out that the more I did it, the more I would write down all of the stuff, the more I'd be able to remember. Like I was able to write like 3 or 4 pages worth of stuff that you just remember of your dreams, and it's almost like you train your brain to just to remember all these details. And then you're also able, the more you go, you start to find like recurring themes, whether that's like particular objects or particular people that are always there, particular places that are always there, particular like types of scenes. So like for me, it's almost like, so the dreams and the ones that give me the most, like, you're also able to pinpoint how you're feeling in that dream. So like I always get dreams where I'm being chased around my mum and dad's house by like a tiny like yellowy brown bug, like almost like, imagine like a giant tick sort of thing, like, and then always it will like jump and like latch onto my leg and I'll feel pain. So whether that's I've like kicked myself in real life or whatever, yeah, so I'll always have those sorts of dreams. And like I know some people they reckon that there's like an actual dream world that your mind goes to. That's why like certain places look the same. There is like a version. There's like a town, like a city, that I swear to goodness I could like plot out. I could tell you, like, give you like a layout of it, and I like go to that. That's the exact same layout and those exact same streets every time I have those dreams. It's like, it's weird. Like there's so many times where I'll get deja vu in a dream because I'm like, I've been to this location before. There's a hotel with a foyer in the middle and then 2 like all the rooms kind of like, imagine like an H, like a capital H shape. And so the foyer's the little line in the middle, and then the 2 stands on either side is like the ground level rooms, and there's an elevator, or 2 elevators should I say, on each side, that take you to the higher floors. I swear that that hotel as it is exists in my dream, and all the corridors are like a black gold color scheme, and all the rooms are like it's like it's a fancy hotel. I'll just say that much. It's a fancy hotel. Like there's like a city, like there's like a particular city with like a fruit vegetable shop. What's the word for it? A grocery. Fruit and vegetable shop. Grocers. Green grocers is it? Oh my, bruh. Screw it. Bam. Yeah, so there's that, and it's just like, and I'm just like, oh, I've been to this place before, this exact street before in one of my previous dreams. Oh, and the other kind of dream that I always have, or rather, not necessarily the same events, like similar events. Yeah, so I'll always have a dream where I'm at my high school. I have already been to uni, but for some reason I'm now like, me and all my classmates are like back redoing the year 13, or like a form 7, or whatever the fancy name in America is. It's got weird, I'm sorry, but you got weird names for stuff. Anyway, seniors like your last year? Anyway, yeah, we're redoing our last year of high school. And so like, so we have all that experience and stuff. And it's always at the end of the year or at the start of the year. It's either at the start or the end of the year. And then the details that are always the same, regardless of the events, are I've always forgotten my timetable. So I've got no idea which classes I've got first. I'm always like, I don't know which class I'm meant to go to. So I just have to pray that I find the right one. Or try to ask my friends. Oh, goodness. It's always that. Or if it's at the end of the year, it's always coming up to like the exam season, or like the like our art project is due in 2 days and I haven't even started. Or it's like a RE class or a English class, or be some other class, and I have forgotten all of my books. So like, I've got literally nothing to write on or do anything, because I haven't brought anything to school. It'd be one of those. It'd be like sort of those details. It's almost like the fears that you have when you're at high school. Fears that you've forgotten your homework. Fears that you've forgotten your book at school. Fears that you haven't reached a deadline on a project. Fears that you're not going to, that you've forgotten what class you're meant to go to and you're going to the wrong class. What if dreams are literally, actually no, because I know some people have actually posited that dreams are kind of like your brain's way of kind of like prepping, like almost like doomsday prepping in a sense. Like, here's these scenarios that we expect to happen or could happen, and we're like problem solving on how to deal with them. Like, your brain's kind of like running through scenarios in its head of how to deal with stuff, I think. Possibly. Who knows? But it's just the fact that I especially my school ones, I consistently, like, those details are always consistently there. We've either forgotten my books, forgotten a deadline on a project, forgotten where my class is. It's weird. Oh no. Yeah, but the amount of times I'll always, oh my goodness, I'll always get like games or movies or films that I've recently watched or played. Sort of, I'll generally get dreams about them within the week that I've watched or played them. Rarely ever afterwards. Although having said that, I think it was the Final Fantasy. No, actually, no. Some of the locations, like I've had like places set in like a Final Fantasy 15 location, like 2 years after I've done it. It's that sort of thing. Alright, where are we? Conan, Yuntamari, Hinata again, and Young Shikamaru. And then, but the skill I want to learn is because even though I get some dreams where like they're scary or they're sad or whatever, I know that some people have like they've like mastered like the lucid dreaming technique where fully aware you're fully aware of that you're in a dream, and because of that you're able just to control what you have in your dream, not to like a perfect detail extent, but you're able to influence what you have in your dream. So like I could be like, I am now eating a $20,000 ice cream in my dream, or I'm now in a winter wonderland resort. Like, kind of, maybe maybe I got the details of the technique wrong, but something like that. It'd be so cool if you could like, no, and also if anyone is developing a machine to like watch your dreams back on playback in perfect SD quality, I would put all my money towards that, definitely. It would be fascinating, absolutely fascinating to see your dreams. Like, and you'd see all the bits that you've forgotten and everything. Oh, that'd be amazing. It'd kind of be scary because maybe you'd see like stuff that it's like your brain's trying to forget, like really creepy things. Oh, imagine if the machine got invented and then we started watching dreams back and then we realized like there's something menacing about dreams. Maybe it's like we see that maybe there's like an evil alien race that's trying to like invade our minds through dreams. Or maybe there's like a shadowy figure that is always there in everyone's, or like different, like all these different people from around the world have like the same person or the same something in their dream, and then people find out, and then we get the whole like you can like then go into dreams, you can like jack yourself into people's dreams. No, because now you're getting into like an Inception, Nightmare on Elm Street kind of territory now. So maybe not. Maybe that's too. Because give the human race anything, and they will use it for the worst possible purposes. So maybe not. I want my dreams to stay happy. Even though not all of them are, but I want as many as I can to stay happy. Oh, lovely. Didn't realise I had that reach. I wasn't expecting that one to hit, but it did. Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, is it glitched in her eyes aren't there? Because I swear to God, it was just like smooth skin on her character model. That was creepy. Oh no. Oh no, now I'm just seeing creepy stuff and everything. Oh goodness. No, don't want that one. No. There we go. Lovely. Look at that. Fabulous. Hey. Here we go, right. Got him in the wombo combo. Oh, never mind. Never mind. There we go. That could have been better. Okay, now we've got Ino and Mifune. Oh, come on. Bruh. Lovely. Right, now can I cheese? Possibly. And lovely. And gonna with the flowers, alright. Could have gone smoother, but eh. And there we go. I've also been reading about how that Forspoken game is getting absolutely trashed on social media at the moment. Because so when it first came out and it was still Project Athia or whatever it was called, I'm like, oh, this looks cool, this looks great, and then it got and then the gameplay stuff came out, and before I'd like watched the trailer, I'm like, oh, this gameplay looks sick, and then I watched the trailer. I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm not particularly fond of this character. Just to put it mildly. I absolutely, and I swear, and I think it's for the same reasons that it's getting trashed on social media. But it's so a chick gets like teleported to like a magical world, and there's just all these dragons and everything's out to kill her and stuff, and she's like, wait, so here I was just living my normal life, and then oh my god, there's like freaking dragons, like what is this, oh my god, like was that me? Like not exactly like that, but it's so, like they're saying, it's so flippant, it's so like, this is just a normal average, ordinary day, or not like an ordinary day, but it's kind of like the same level of wonder that you would have, I don't know, going in the middle of nowhere and seeing like a giant waterfall. You're like, or one of those random days where you're expecting just to like go to like you go into Disneyland or something, and then when you're at Disneyland there's like a big like drama of, I don't know, like a I don't know, the side of the Disney castle collapses, or just something out of the ordinary happens at Disneyland, but it's nothing like world ending or nothing's out to kill you. It's still relatively tame in the world of things that could happen at Disneyland. But anyway, so like you would feel that you'd have a little bit more of a serious tone, especially if you've got like giant evil monsters trying to kill you. You would think. But this trailer seems, or at least the character anyway, just seems to just not be, seems to be a bit too cool for school, when she shouldn't be. And I know that, and that will be symptomatic of the kinds of characters that are being written now. Like, the writers nowadays think that, should I say lesser writers, because not all, hashtag not all, lesser writers feel that for your character to be strong and independent, or to be a badass or anything like that, or for people to like them, they kind of have to be, well, it's essentially almost like a Mary Sue, isn't it? It really, or a, what's the male version? It's a Gary Stew. I think it's the male version, but it's a, like, it's just, I don't even know, I'm not even describing it properly. It's kind of like, yeah, it's essentially this too cool for school. Like, my life has just been so, like, down in the dumps, and just, world is against me, society's against me, and because of that, it's like there's a big difference between, you know, being like a drug addict, down in the dumps, going to the bar every weekend because your life's a misery. You would deal with life, or you deal with other people in life very differently in those situations, but I'm pretty sure everyone, regardless of any kind of status, would be absolutely terrified if they got transported to a magical land, and then you had like giant zombies and giant monsters and dinosaurs trying to kill you. I'm pretty sure everyone would react the same way, I would think. Okay, and before I go any further, I need to update this, because I'm now down to 660. Fabuloso. Right, I'm a guy again. I might do do night guy. It's an easier one to pull off. But anyway, so long story short, this game that's coming out, everyone's very already laughing at how poor or how out of it the writing is. Seems to be a writing issue nowadays with a lot of games, isn't it? Well, no one knows how to write characters anymore. Like, no one knows how to write heroes anymore. Like, heroes can't be flawed anymore. You can't, or, you know, two things that have to happen. One is you have already established heroes, but we need to, like, you know, knock them down a peg, essentially. We need to just how flawed they are. We shouldn't be considering them heroes because of all this, blah, 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 blah. You've got that, or you've got that they can't be flawed at all. They have to just be perfect beings. And this is more so for story-driven games than anything else. Games that are like, I know you stand a typical RPG, whatever, where you create your own character. You'd like that hero is whatever you want it to be anyway. So this sort of doesn't apply to that. But like, yeah, like I always use the example nowadays of the latest Spider-Man film. That was the first time in a long time in superhero films, well, at least from what I can remember anyway, where a hero that's been introduced has done the most like selfless thing at the end of it. So I won't, for the sake of not spoiling for anyone who hasn't seen it and wants to. It's been out for a year or so anyway. But anyway, he does the most selfless possible thing at the end. Something that your Captain Marvels and your Scarlet Witches and some other people that have just come who've been recently introduced, and your Miss Marvels and your Echoes and your I can't even think of any. Whether that's a bad thing because that means they're forgettable, then whatever. Anyway, but yeah, and then on the flip side of that, you're then having heroes being taken down a peg, or established ones being, here's everything that's wrong about them or problematic about them, all that BS. And it's just like, why can't we go back to the good old days of how game characters were written? Like, seriously. And bam. I completely missed that ending, that timing. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Bam. Boosh. Boosh. Oh yeah, as in fact, actually, that's a perfect example of just how awful characters are being written nowadays. So me and the boy finished Borderlands 3 yesterday. Oh my lordy. Goodness gracious. I mean, we were at the point where we were just wanting to get through it just to finish it anyway, just so it's just another game crossed off our list. But my gosh. My good golly gosh. Villains are just the most annoying pieces of rubbish. Annoying as all hell. Like, sort of like a reason why is given to them, but the reason is so thin, paper thin and tenuous that you're like, wait, is that seriously it? Like, really? And then they die with no particular fanfare, so that's that, I guess. You've got here, like, your player character, it's almost like they don't exist when it comes to the actual story. It's like as soon as there's any kind of like story cutscene or anything that is integral to the plot advancing, or you know, something bad happening or whatever, your characters are just like as if they've never existed. They're only there, and it's just like, my character's right here, like killing everyone, being a badass with stuff, and then when the villains come in and just like walk over to someone and punch them and grab the MacGuffin of the hour or whatever, it's like your characters aren't there to go, no, and then, you know, save the day. It's just like, what's the point of us being here if everything important to the story we're not actually affecting? But anyway, that's that. You've got characters who are written and are actually full on Mary Sue's, like completely and utterly, which I don't appreciate. You've got choices made that happen like instantaneously, that like there's no build up, there's no like set up and pay off, none of that. Like, screw it, I'm just gonna like spoil it because it's trash. It's just trash. Anyway, so you've got right at the end, you know, you have the heroic sacrifice, not set up, not we're agonizing over this decision for a while and once one of us has to make a stand. It's literally like, oh, the moon's about to crash, someone's got to stop there, and they're like, okay, done, sacrifice myself, done. No, like, oh wait, no, never mind. I thought I had done a matchup I wasn't meant to, but technically I will be doing it anyway, so that's fine. Anyway, so sacrifice themselves, and then they're like, you go girl, like, even though they said that she sacrificed herself, like, it's like, you go girl. And then so obviously this, you know, chick sacrifices herself. She's the leader, I suppose, of the good guys, the only remaining normal people around, seems to be. And so when she leaves, you know, she's obviously the leader. So what are you gonna do? Who you gonna give the leadership to? Rather than give it to the other person there who has been around the longest, is an adult, has any semblance of like strategic leadership, intelligence, anything like that, rather than give it to her, she gives it to, she says, hey, fucking 12-year-old kid that we've known for like 2 days, and is technically the reason why like some of our friends have died, and the reason why the bad guys even managed to get as far as they did. It's all yours. You go, girl. It's all yours. You are now the leader of the rest of like the good normal people. Like, what a leap. What a absolute leap of, or rather, lapse in judgment, logic, intelligence, common sense. Like, why? Why? It's kind of like at Macca's, you know, manager leaves, so now we've got to promote up, we've got to get a new guy. Rather than promote up the assistant manager, they go, hey, trainee, do you want to be your manager now? And they're like, what? You know, it's kind of like that. That's what it felt like anyway. So, not impressed. Not impressed. And there's that. What else is there that's awful? Oh, and so then this 12-year-old kid, Mary Sue alert. My goodness gracious. So first off, she's your typical, I bow to no authority. Don't tell me what to do. I am your plucky, rebellious, aggro, arrogant, whatever, young kid that, you know, like, oh, you adults are just, you know, like, you just stop being adults and, you know, like, just like do something. That sort of character, which I already hate already. And then so then she gets like, so then they screw up how sirens work full on. They just like completely contradict how they're supposed to work, so that's great. And then you've got, what's it? So then she gets, you know, Maya's powers or whatever, and then instantaneously, she knows how to use them perfectly. You know, perfectly. She just knows how to do amazing stuff with it, instantaneously. No training, no nothing, no practice, no like, oh, I'm using it but not very well, and you know, like, you know, if you're pulling up a shield but then the shield keeps faltering because you're still practicing and you've literally only had it for like 5 seconds. Like, come on, it's just a bit rubbish. And then, not to get political or anything, it's not even political. No, it's just an observation. All of the males in the game are either dickheads, douchebags, idiots, villains, dead, or have no redeeming quality about them at all. Like every single one. I'm trying to think, or they are purely side characters that have no involvement in the plot, e.g. like the gun benders and stuff. Like the guy that does the guns. That's about it. Like, that's it. Every other character who's important to the plot, who does cool stuff, who does anything, has any kind of redeeming qualities, they're all females. All of them. Again, just an observation. But, yeah, it's frustrating. It's absolutely frustrating. It was just a frustrating plot of a game. Because, like, the first 2 Borderlands I did quite enjoy. Pre-sequel, I felt that it was extremely unbalanced. But, plot's fine, I guess. And it's just, it was just such a frustrating game. But anyway, we finished it. That's fine. We're good. So that's technically now we're, I mean, unless you count like the Tales of the Borderlands, Tales from the Borderlands, which we haven't played. We've done all the Borderland ones. So that's us. And beans. Oh, come on. There we go. Fabulous. Bam. Okay, now we've got Shino and Gara. Goodness, Gara Central over here, isn't it? Shino and Gara. Of course, he takes blimmin' for ages. There we are. Oh, and then the other thing, because then not only are the characters poorly written, but just like the inconsistencies in just everything is mind-boggling. Like mind-boggling. So they forget how space works, first off, and how the vastness of space works. So you've got, planets and galaxies or solar systems are bajillion kilometers away from each other. So when I'm like standing here looking at the sky and at a little Earth, I can't exactly see. I can't even see in any amount of clear detail a planet that is in the same solar system as me even. So how would I, if I just rocketed myself off to the moon to just completely just blow up the moon? I don't think that you would be able to see that bit from like the next solar system over. Probably not. You probably would not. But alas, there's when character goes and rockets herself up to the moon to blow it up. Oh, look, it then pans to all these other characters that you've met across all these other planets that aren't even in the same system, and magically, they're all looking up at this glowy moon. Well, it doesn't actually show them looking up at the moon. It just shows a very bright light appear in the sky that they all look up and gaze up longingly at, which, given the context, you should be correct in assuming that that's, the blowed up moon. But that doesn't work. Like, they should not be able to see that. At all. At all. And it's frustrating that something is like, as simple as that, because they've done it for the sake of like, here's all the characters, here's all the people that you met on your journey, here's all the lives that you've saved, and it's just like, yeah, all you have to do is just have some sort of plot device to get them all in the same place. Get them all in the same place, sure, yeah, then it'll work, can have them all standing as one big happy family. Oh, man, that game. Man, that game. Oh, ow, my back. 62-year-old back. Okay. Now at Itachi Reanimation. And data. Where? Can't even find a hole in my blanket. Can't even get my hand out. Excuse me. How did I use all my 4 substitutions right then? Bruh, stop. is he being so, like, hundy? Ah. There we go. Thank you. Of course. I need to wait for my substitutions to fill all the way up. Here we go. There we go. Oh my goodness, come on. Ah. That was awful. That was an awful fight. Alright. Oh, come on. There we go. Lovely. 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 Fabulous. Right. That one's done. Now we're Hinata and B. No, not you. B. Lovely. Look at that. Nice, easy, clean fight. I've got B. Bam. Lovely. Boosh. I've got to get her in the combo. There we are. Fabulous. Should be it. There we go. Okay, right, who we got next? Tsunade and Young Kankuro. No. But first, we'll update the list, because now we're down to 44. Lovely jubbly. Young Kankuro there. Oh, come on. Stop. Lovely. Okay. Bam. Kankuro and Tsunade. Let's see how this fight's gonna go. Not too bad. I've drawn the first blood. Opera. Okay, fabulous. Right, got it now. There we go. Fabulous. It's not the fastest fight, but at least it wasn't too bad. Right, now we've got Jugo and A. Now, and I have noticed too that we're not unlocking characters that we shouldn't anymore. So I think that the characters that we did unlock were like the pre-order bonus DLC characters. So which must just somehow, by some bug, be unlockable in the game without pre-ordering the DLC. So I feel that we've unlocked them, but we're not going to unlock any other characters that you need to actually play the DLC to unlock. I think that's the case. lovely. Okay, we're now off A. Got a lightning straight, I think. Bam. Oh, got him. Nice. Bam. That's lovely. You could have used substitution there, bro, but you didn't. Alright. So now we've got Sai and Gara again. Oh my goodness. I suppose at some point we're going to have to do these fights at some point. Oh, that's what I need to calculate. We're going to do a quick calculation on how long or how many sessions I'm going to have to days roughly there will be at the pace that we're going for. The pace that we're going through these, because we're averaging about probably about 120 to 130 a week. So if we go, let's say per day, we are doing about, let's say 65 on average. So 11227 divided by 65. So 172 days we would get through it all. So then if we go, so it's 172 days. So 172 divided by 2 is 86 weeks. 86 weeks, which is about a year and a half. So if you take off 20, because this is day 24, so if you take off 24 days off 172, we're now down to 148. So we go 148 divided by 2, which is 74 anyway. So 74 weeks, which is just over a year. So we might actually be able to get this done before December last year. We're probably looking like October next year at the rate that we're going, which is good, which is pleasing. Because it's also with a couple of then again, that is also assuming that every single week without fail, which will not always be the case, especially around like Christmassy times. So unless we like make up for it on some other times, we'll see. Basically October next year is when we're forecast for this to all be done and dusted. And then I'm not gonna know what to do with my life when it is done. Do every fight on the Tekken register or something. Tekken 8's out by that point. You know, do every character versus every character on the Tekken 8 roster. Something. No. Fabulous. Ick versus Shino. Should get him on the next combo. Right, get him now. Right. Okay. So now we've got Asuma and Roshi. Asuma and Roshi. Now, see, these guys, now we're getting some fast fights. Just got to get past all our puppet users, past all our long range peeps, past all our young Chojis and our Garas, essentially. Slowing us down. Lovely. That range, the range of his on that, how far he'll leap when he punches, I can never quite get the range, or generally I never seem to get the range quite right. I think I'm good. Lovely. All right. Now we're Tobirama and Conan. Tobirama and Conan, yes. Oh, and then I forgot the. Oh my goodness, I forgot the most cringiest bit of Borderlands 3. That me the what's it? That me and the boy were just like, oh hell no, oh hell no. What's it? The oh man,
Mm.
was there was there a cringier bit in Borderlands 3 than that song before it said no? Okay. So there's like, okay, so right at the end, you know, we've got the so and so's launched herself off into the sun. Um, Lilith has launched herself into the moon, should I say? Left in a big fiery explosion. Um, and then, so you know, they show all the montage of people looking up at a glowy moon that they should not be able to see because they're, you know, in the whole other system. But anyway, that's for the writers to pat themselves on the back about. Anyway, so then, you know, they're all like, you know, she's the Firehawk. Oh my god! And then cuts to black to credits, and then I couldn't even. If you asked me what the tune was, what the tune of the verse was, I couldn't tell you. But they start playing they start playing in the most obvious possible song. They play that stupid "That Girl Is on Fire" or whatever. Oh my goodness gracious! And then they were just like, no, skip. Like, I mean, I don't think there was anything like exciting in the credits anyway. But it's just like, oh my god! Like, you know when you get like films and things where the song that they're playing in the background behind the scene is like the lyrics are exactly saying what's happening in the movie right now. So like, you know, there'll be, I don't know, the character's on a bus and it's all stormy weather and he's, you know, something sad's happened and he's all like driving thing, and then the song that they're playing in the background would be like, it's a rainy day and I'm feeling sad, you know. It's exactly telling you what's happening. It's similar to that, but it's just like, oh look, you got a chick who goes on fire, and then the song called "That Girl's on Fire." It's just like, it's just it's just so like, oh, it's just cringe. I'm probably describing it in the most non-cringe way, but just trust us that it was cringe when you're there in that moment, because it's just like, because then if you weren't by the end of it already thinking, is this meant to be like a chick flick or something? Is this meant to be like a game about a girl's trip out, because there don't seem to be any guys in here? Just to just further hone in that point, and it's just like, it's all, if you didn't need more reminding that, you know, no boys allowed, you know, this is a girls' game for girls. Oh, it's just, man, it's just, ugh. Like, Gearbox, stop worrying about Borderlands and do more Tiny Tina's Wonderland spin-offs, because that game was amazing in comparison. In fact, do a Tiny Tina's Wonderlands spin-off, but make it about like they go like an ice cream dessert land, and it's all like ice cream and dessert stuff instead of like medieval. Like, you'd probably have it, keep it like medievally stuff, like swords and bows and magic and that, but just have the land itself and like all the levels and all that sort of thing. They're all dessert themed. Hashtag best game ever made. Would buy a copy on every console. Can I use substitution? No. Hehe. Alright. Now we're data again and utakata. Oh my goodness. Stop with the bubbles. You're at bubble.
Mm-hmm.
How's your gummel?
Good.
Yeah. Are you mounting and bleeding?
Yeah.
Are you a Bannerlord yet?
No.
Oh. Birds versus Bubbles. Ultimate Showdown. I'm just going to have to just do these jutsus because I'm not even going to try and just do like a Birds versus Bubbles showdown. Okay. Now we utakata. And your water dragon jutsu this time, Monsieur. Oh, look at that. Look at that timing. Fabulous. I still can't work out why they're called freight bubbles. Like, because to me it's like, freight's like, you're transporting cargo? Is the cargo the bubbles? Alright, can I get him with these? Possibly? Right, Data's AI today has just decided just to be mad. Fabulous. Okay. Right, now we Kushina and Young. Oh no, Kushina and Rin. One thing I've always thought about, because I was thinking, where was I thinking about it? When I was playing Danganronpa 3, I was thinking about when it comes to like character design in just things like games, films, TV, just everything, every kind of medium. Are we ever going to get to a point in history, in the future, where you've kind of like exhausted all unique possible combinations of like visual character design? Or like it's always something I've been thinking about. Like how many possible variations of clothing and everything can you get before you've kind of like you've gotten to the point that there's no unique, like fully unique, oh you know, there's definitely that character without a doubt sort of thing. You know what I mean? I'm trying to say. Like, how many different hairstyles, clothes, face, colour combinations can you do over the span of however long until you've now you can't come up with a combination that hasn't already been done before. I've always thought about it. It's one of those like shower. Is it shower thoughts? It wouldn't even be a shower thoughts thing. It's just a thought that I have. Or will it ever get to the point where, like, I was gonna say, does it get to the point where you have characters now are so, like, it's so advanced, it's like a weird theoretical concept that only our brains can understand when using like particular machines or something. Like, are we gonna even need like unique visual designs for characters? Lovely. Alright, got young Naruto and young Lee, which I feel is a law fight, but it's probably not. No, because it's not a... When did they have a fight? No. No. No, I got him now. Lovely. Jubbly. Right, young Lee. Fabulous. Oh, now my tummy's grumbling. I need some toast. Do you ever go through those stages? So there'll be like a good like 6 months or so where you will not touch a piece of toast in ever. You're like, I've got no inclination to have a piece of toast. And then all of a sudden you'll have a piece of toast, and then a piece of toast is all you'll ever want. I'm going to have like 8 pieces of toast because it's just the nicest thing that's ever been created in this whole face of the earth. I'm in one of those like toast phases. Actually, no, I think I'm coming out of the toast phase, but I still want a piece of toast. Weaning myself off toast for the next 6 months. Well, actually, no, it won't be 6 months. It'll be like more like 1, knowing me. And then in about a month's time, I'll be like, toast. I need it. It's the best thing ever. But then, because we were living, so we used to live with a dude who made bread, and he was saying that apparently, I don't know the science to back up the claim, but he was saying that apparently, bread contains carcinogens, and as soon as if you like toast that's any level of burnt or overcooked is now like not cancerous, but is more likely to have cancer agents in it. So essentially, like, what am I trying to say? Don't burn your toast, essentially, is what it is. because you're releasing all the carcinogens that are buried in the toast ingredients and the bread ingredients. Something like that anyway, what he was saying. So it's now made me scared to like overcook my toast. But I'm like, well, anything nowadays can, you know, bacon's got it. You've got more chance of getting cancer if you eat bacon than if you don't. Which I suppose is because it's cured, isn't it? It's a cured meat, so it's been smoked. Or salted or something. Ah, nice try. Lovely. Now Madara Sage. Do Majestic Destroyer Flame. Oh, what? Come on. There we go. Thank you. Just drop planets on someone. That's fabulous, isn't it? That's the ultimate flex. I got him now. Lovely. Right, what have we got next? Ino and Yungara. Fabulous. Ugh. Whee. Excuse me. I promise I'm not sick. That's right. This has got like range across the whole battlefield, doesn't it? Girl, just run in. Right, got him now. And then, oh come on, there we go. Lovely. Then we're Yangara. Oh, lovely. I was half expecting her ultimate to hit then. It's weird when it gives you the armor break thing, but you're like, what's broken? Like, I can't see any level of damage on her. And bam, got it. Alright, now we're Tamari and young Sasuke, but first, I'm gonna update my list. Right, we are down to 620. So I don't think we're gonna quite make, not gonna quite make 600, but we'll be damn close. Especially because I have a look at the fights to come, and they're generally, with a couple of exceptions, generally will be fast ones. Bam. Oh, beans. I didn't mean to do that again. Oh well, no harm in it. I've just noticed when they use the when they use the items to like speed up their speed up the speed, they get little like wind stuff around their feet. I've just noticed. See, little details, the details that I'm only now noticing once I'm like 2,000 fights in. And go. Buddy. Bam. And oh, come on. There we go. That took way longer than it should have. That's fine. Right, we're now up to B and Kakuzu. No, I don't want shark skin. Lovely. Right, should have him not in this one, but but I think a jutsu possibly? No. Jutsu still P. Not enough. There we go. Got him now. Lovely. Jubbly. No. Kokuzu, thank you. I'm just thinking, what should I do after I finish this? October next year. What's gonna be that? I mean, probably by October next year, there'll be so many games that have come out that it'll either be like return to an old game and be like in Oblivion, go clear every possible location on the map, every alien ruin, every dungeon, every Oblivion. Well, not so. The interesting thing about the Oblivion gates is that there's 108 or 109 possible locations for them, but only 92 will ever spawn in the game. Yeah. And of course, as soon as you beat the main story, then they all just blow up. So the only way to do all 92 is you have to do them before the main quest. So I mean that's one. That's an option. Hanzo. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Goodness, come on. Stop jumping around. And stop dropping my inputs controller, thank you. Hanzo and Kiba. Alright. Yeah, we're probably not gonna quite just hit 600, but we might be within like 6 or 8 fights left of it. Oh, lovely. Just got him. Ouch. Oh, lovely. Okay, phew. was going to lock me into another combo, but he didn't. Alright, so we got Shikamaru and Tsunade. Oh, the chat disconnected. I think the internet cut out and must have cut out again. Beans! It's going so well.
Maybe you just keep putting it at the right time.
Pardon?
Maybe you just keep putting it at the right time. Like every time you do your stream, it's like, it's already done, it's 4 hour.
Ah, true. Maybe.
It could be a legit power out, legit one.
Yeah, true. Beans. There we are. We're back in it. Sorry for that, peeps. So I thought that we might have been able to resolve the internet just randomly cutting out at a random time, but alas, not. And it seems to always happen within like the last, either the first half an hour or the last half an hour of a stream as well, which is stupid. So I thought we were over it, but we ain't. So, but we're back in. So I've only done for like 20 seconds. Ugh. It's just annoying how, like, what Twitch needs. They need like almost like a 30-second or a minute kind of like buffer timer where it doesn't. Or then again, I suppose maybe that's not the. Probably doesn't work like that. But like if you've dropped and only dropped for like 10 to 20 seconds, it still keeps you in the same stream. That would be very good because it just stops VODs then splitting into two, which is annoying because even though on my YouTube channel where I'm just keeping an archive of stuff, I can post the full uncut version. Still annoying. Still annoying. Young Sakura? Yeah. And Young Choji. But I mean, we've only got like 10 minutes left to go. So. Hey. Now wait for him to do the. Thank you. I've almost got him, and I'll get him with this. No, never mind. I'll get him with this. No, never mind. I'll just get him with the normal combo. And then we've got Young Choji. I'm not looking forward to playing as, but hey, what can you do? mean, at least his melee's passable strength. Okay, I'm not even going to try and do his ultimate. I'm not even going to try. Eh. Okay, now we've got Naruto 6 parts and Sasuke Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Bam. Well, then again, I suppose we'll see how many I can get to. Because I might just go all the way to 9,600. Because I mean, after these two, we're going to be 9,608. So it's only like it'll only be 8 more fights. No. Lovely. Yeah, and I suppose looking at the ones coming up, they're not going to be long fights either, which would be great. Okay, so we want that one, and yep, lovely, lovely jubbly. Excuse me. I just love the pretty colours. Like it's very much like the 11-year-old in me, where any character that had like a purple and black and maybe a bit of red colour scheme was like, they were always the ones that you'd always gravitate towards, just because they had a purple and black and red colour scheme. That's like literally the only reason. Okay, now another Gara, my goodness. And what's next? Toby. Ugh. Okay, the ones after the 6 after these are like, I reckon. Oh, come on. There we go. Thank you. Bam. Lovely. Oh, am I going to get him in the wombo combo? Yes, we are. Lovely. Yeah, I think I'll do the last fights just to get us to 9,600. Yeah. Because why not? I mean, there's 6 less fights I have to do elsewhere, so helps us get down our list. Goodness. There we go. I wonder how hard it was for Obito to do the character of Toby. Like, did he get to like did he go to bed at the end of the day? He's like, oh gosh, I'm such like I sound like such a clown, absolute muppet. Was he like, no, I don't mind doing it because if it means I can get my girl crush back, who, if I did, probably may or may not actually like me, then it's worth it. Is he the ultimate simp? He might actually be. Obito might be the ultimate Naruto simp. Or simp in Naruto. Right. Guy and Darui. Bam. Lovely. Lovely. Okay, then got Darui and Guy. Fabulous. Oh, it's who's gonna launch them into the combo first? That should be me. Yes. Right, and then get him with the laser circus. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. That like, whoa, man. Okay, so now we'll do Armored Sakura. And there. And that one and Guy. Okay, 4 more fights to go. Well, 3 more after this. Bam. Oh, goodness. Oh my god, he's literally just got like one more one more punch to go. Right. Lovely. Right. Almost got it. Alright. Okay, last 2 fights. Second Tsuchikage and Young Lee. What do you want for breakfast?
Oh, no, some eggs.
Some eggs on toast?
Yeah.
Sounds fab.
Is your stream to finish?
Pardon?
Is your stream finish?
Probably about like 4 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just after these last 2 fights. Bam. I mean, if you think about it, if he's kind of like, if the whole like atom style means that he can essentially control, I'm assuming he can like control particles to make him float, or whether he's controlling like, yeah, like whether he's controlling like air particles or like the tiny micro bits of stuff in the air, he's like controlling that to make himself fly. I'm like, that's, I mean, everyone else is just gonna be jealous. Like, everyone's like, screw this, I'm going over to to the rock stone village. Stone village, I think. Yeah, I'm going over there. I'm going to teach myself how to fly. Oh no, I don't want to do that again. Oh no, no harm in it, I guess. My awakening means I'm extra floaty. Got him. All right. Okay. So that takes us to 9,600. Let me just update the list. Fabuloso. Okay, I think I'll leave it here. Yeah, hopefully next time we don't get the bloody stream cutting out. I thought I'd fixed it, but apparently not. Unless this wasn't router related and it's just something. Anyway, yeah, so next week will be another normal week. So Thursday Naruto. Friday we'll be finishing Stranger Paradise, probably moving on to Spider-Man. And Saturday we'll be finishing Superliminal, moving on to Forgotten City, and then Sunday will be day 26 of Naruto. So anyway, catch you all then. Hope you have a fabulous morning, afternoon, or I'm going to start saying night rather than evening, because evening to me only covers about 5:30 to 7, doesn't cover the thing, whereas if I say night, then that covers what I want it to cover. Anyway, have a fabulous morning, afternoon, or night, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.